Have you seen that intro? Isn't that phenomenal?
I love the stock images. I think it's great
because I'm cheap. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Right Now. My name is Frank Martin. I'm your host, and today my guest is Cool Jew Hudson.
Close.
What does it stand for?
Christopher James.
Christopher James, CJ Hudson.
No.
Anyway.
Not Jewish.
I was the first thing that came to my mind, so I ran with it. Anyway, CJ is a comic writer, and he was kind enough to give me his website in the chat, and we're going to talk about it before we get to the fun part of the show, which is writing. I enjoy your Substack emails. I read every single one.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I like yours too. You don't use Substack.
I use ConvertKit, which is now it's changed. It's just Kit.
Okay. I like your content. They're always good.
I try to keep them short. I was subscribed to a bunch of people's, and they were so long. You know, it's like I need to get in and out. I need to know what you want to talk about. Travis's are long, but they're good. I think they're meaty, so I enjoy reading these long ones.
Travis is good. He's a good writer. They are long though. I try to go. I think I'm probably in the middle between you two, where it's kind of like I have a lot of pictures, so it looks longer than it is.
You know what he needs? He needs his wife to edit his emails before he sends them. He's terrible with grammar and spelling. But anyway, talk about yourself. What do you got going on here?
Yeah, so this is my website that I made myself, so it doesn't look all that great. I'm even just using like a link tree page for my links because I was lazy and didn't want to put all my links in there. I actually need to update it a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I primarily use this page so people can get in contact with me. They know where I am on social media. And then my shop where I can sell all my wares. You know, I think everybody should have a shop where they can sell their physical comics and digital. I just have been not good about putting my digital comics up here, which is stupid because it's like all of these have digital copies. Why aren't I selling digital copies of them on my website?
I mean, it's kind of, if somebody buys it, it's free money. It's just, I mean, there's no real cost, expense of printing, shipping, so it's like, why not try to make it available somewhere?
Totally. I need to do it. I know you and Tyler have always advocated for it, and I just started getting the shop up and running a little while ago, so I need to do better with it. But yeah, those are all my works that I've worked on. Done a little bit of work for hire, a lot of stuff that I've self-published, worked with a couple of direct market publishers, quite a few anthologies. So probably similar to what you've seen from a lot of creators, just kind of dipping your toe into some direct market stuff, doing your Kickstarters and yada, yada. But I've got my main publishing partners like Band of Bards in Antarctic that I'm working with right now.
When I was making my website, I did a lot of stalking on other people's sites and saw what I liked, saw what I didn't like, and kind of adjusted it from there. I think you're missing like just a list of your books. I mean, you have the list. I mean, in order to see your books, you could do two things. You can go to your shop, right? Mm-hmm. You see them there. Or you can go to I saw they were on your About Me. I'm getting lost here. There we go. Go back. And then About Me, you just had them listed. But I think if you just had like a section that said comics, I know I'm critiquing your website right now. But
that's actually helpful because I don't know shit about making these things. I did this like very on a whim.
So if you have just a list of your books here, I think it would be helpful if you had like a thing that said one shots or anthologies, and then you clicked it and you could see the actual covers of what you did.
Maybe I should
You got,
link it too
I will
and
something.
link it
Yeah,
to the shop. That's not a bad idea too.
yeah. I do that on mine. I'm not going to pull it up, but yeah, because the first thing I want to do is I want to get to your site and I want to see the books you have, but you don't
Yep.
really have something here that just says like comics. You could find it,
Yeah.
but you gotta like go searching for it.
No, it's a good point. I should do that. It might be a reason why I don't sell a whole lot on my site. So got to make a better.
I don't either. I mean, unless you really push it, it's kind of there so that if somebody happens to find me, they can buy something because I don't
Yeah.
push it. So whenever I get an order, I'm like, "Who? How did you get here?" I'm always
Yeah.
driving people to the Kickstarter because that's it has a big conversion rate as opposed to my website.
Yeah, I think I was not smart. I put a couple of things on my add-on section for my Kickstarter, but I have this whole back catalog that I didn't put on there. I only put a few, and I was like, God, that's money that I left on the table. Not that everybody would have converted, but some would, and that's, to your point, free money. I already have those comics available. They're already printed. I could have just stuck them in the package.
Yeah, it's you know what? I have a lot of back stock, so throwing them up on your website helps to get rid of, even if it's like one at a time. It's always helpful. The problem is I don't keep very good inventory, so I'll sell out of something and I'll leave it up there and I'll forget that when people buy it, I don't have it. So you just kind of got to be good about that part.
Yeah, I know. Totally. I've got to move them a little bit. I've actually got to get to cons too. It's been harder and harder to get into cons on the West Coast, for me at least. I just can't seem to get a table where I can unload any of my wares.
So we are going to jump right into our main event here, which is right now, which is what that is we CJ and I will write a story together. I will start the first sentence, he will do the second sentence, we will continue to alternating and apparently have some sort of finished product at the end. Every episode has a theme. Today's theme is I backed and I read your book Tiny Island. So keeping in line with that, I think we're going to do tropical island theme kind of stuff. So what does that mean? I mean, I don't know. I think everybody knows what tropical and island stuff is, like beach, sand, shells, sun, palm trees. I don't know. Recliner, suntan lotion. We'll figure it out as we go. Nothing's planned, so we're kind of off the cuff. Do you have any questions, concerns, worries, suggestions?
No, I don't know what to expect. I wanted to watch some of your prior ones to see. Especially the Caden one. I wanted to see how that went.
Caden was a good time. I think we ended up with a fight. We always end up with a fight. It turned into like some Shonen Jump mech fight. That's how these always wind up, especially with somebody who, I don't know, likes manga a lot. So will we have a fight? I have no idea, but we're going to get started. We'll jump right in. So using the first name that came to mind, we'll do Devin. We'll keep it Discord. We'll keep it Discord friendly. Devin couldn't wait to head down to the beach and put his feet into the sand. Done.
And then I'm next, right?
Yeah. So just, I don't know. Who is Devin?
Mm-hmm.
You know what the problem is? I'm using my computer. I told you this, which is at some point I spilled something on it and I have kids that use it and they have orange juice fingers and the keyboard doesn't work. I usually use my wife's computer. So there's going to be a lot of errors.
That's all right. And the next sentence could be describing something or like...
It could be literally anything. You can,
okay.
Yeah, you can say why Devin's there, what he else he plans on doing there. It could be a line of dialogue, him talking to like, I don't know, a waiter or something. But it has to include some sort of tropical element. So I actually did 2, beach and sand. So we'll count 1. You don't want to reuse anything. So I'll say beach is my element. So if you want to use sand again, you can.
Okay, perfect. So he felt the warm water between his toes.
You got to write it.
Oh, I got to write. Oh,
I'm doing the work for you, man. Come on.
Oh, this is, and you call this a show. I actually have to do something.
No, it's a job. It's putting you to work. thinking I was gonna rape you. Oh, I look like a stenographer or something. Orange Juice Fingers is a great band name. Kids, I swear, they just eat and sticky, and then they touch everything.
How old are you kids?
12, 9, and 7.
Oh my god, you have
Might-
three?
you
I
might-
think you had two for
yeah.
some reason.
No, I mean, it feels like I have 27. You might hear my
Yeah, I
daughter
don't-
screaming because
I don't have
it's
any
just-
kids. I don't know
it's
how
just what
you
you
write
do.
so much with all those kids.
I ignore them. That's how. I've seen things about Frank Herbert, and he was obviously wrote Dune, and then I saw interviews talking with his kids, and they're like, "Yeah, Dad went in his office and he shut the door, and when it was shut, we just weren't allowed to go in there, which was a lot." So that's, if you want to write a seminal work of science fiction, you got to ignore your kids. It's just part of the territory.
It's one of my favorite sci-fi books. I love that book.
I love Dune. Devin couldn't wait to head down to the beach and put his feet into the sand. He felt the warm water envelop his toes. Okay, we're going to get some problems going on. Unfortunately, he dug them a little too deep and sliced his big toe on a buried seashell. It's inspired by my daughter. She cut her foot on the beach.
I got stung by a jellyfish last year in Cabo. It was no fun.
It's fun. We're gonna I have a pet peeve about dialogue. So we're going to drop dialogue to the next paragraph.
Oh,
How she cried, tears flowing in his eyes. It's okay. We just edit as we go.
That's very who does that? Writes the dialogue on every other line is Blood Meridian author. He does that.
I don't know.
McCarthy, right?
Okay.
McCormick.
Yes.
Yeah, he does that.
I went to college with his granddaughter. She was like in my English classes.
Really?
Random fact that you have no use for whatsoever.
I think it's kind of. I mean, I kind of like 6 Degree Separation celebrity stories. I think that's
she did not like when I called her grandfather a hack. So no, I'm just kidding. He's a good writer. I've never read any of his books, but I've seen the movies. That's what I'm going off.
Oh, have you not read The Road?
I saw the movie. No, I haven't read any of them.
It's fucked up.
The movie's messed up too.
Yeah, the movie's really messed up. The book is even obviously the books are always more messed up because they leave a lot out. But I thought the movie was a good adaptation. But yeah, it was too fucked up. It's something I could never read again or watch again because it was too horrible.
It was. I didn't see the point to it. It was just kind of like, let's see how depressing we can make things. Like at the end, I was kind of like, where this was an exercise in nothing.
Yeah, it's kind of funny you should say that too, because when I left that, I was like, that's one of the top 5 most depressing movies I've ever been to. I just left feeling just down after I left the theater. I was like, nothing good happened in that movie whatsoever.
It made Schindler's List look like Trolls. You know?
Yeah, at least Schindler's List had kind of a happy ending, I feel like.
So what? You got to get a tropical element in there somewhere.
That's right. Tears welling in his eyes.
I don't know. As he stared up at the bright sun or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, blood dripping into the blue waters around. Oh, can I say water again?
You felt the warm water.
Did I say?
You said he felt the warm water envelop his toes. Yeah, he did use water.
I did use
dripping into the. I mean, you could just write. No. Go back. No, leave it. We could just felt the warm ocean. We'll just swap this one out for ocean.
Oh, beautiful. Okay.
And to keep this one sentence, we'll turn that to. Ouch, he cried, tears welling in his eyes, blood dripping into the blue waters around him. All right. What should be the tropical?
What haven't we used? We got
Sure.
sun, fish.
You. All right. Asked a 20-something-year-old beachgoer in a bikini beside him. So
Now we're
bikini
talking.
is my tropical element. Now we're talking. Now we're getting somewhere.
This is good. All right. Now.
One bikini and we get going. And
Yes.
we get juices flowing.
I think so. Devon's.
I have to remember to bounce back and forth to the chat because
Yeah.
I get so caught up in the story writing that I'm not paying attention. Street, all right, ask 20-something-year-old beachgoer. Forgetting his pain for a moment. Too taken with the woman's beauty. All right, we got to get a beach element in there.
The sun.
All right, so we're going to try to keep it one sentence.
Oh, that's right. God,
that's what makes it tough.
That's what makes it tough. I think
so. You could write with the woman's suntanned beauty.
Too taken with a woman's suntan. Yes. I like that.
Let's see here. Let's make this weird. I don't want to turn this right into your actual comic. I was going to say like she jumps into the water and grew a fin, but that would be too on point.
It's too close. Yeah,
it's too close. So we got to get some other fantasy, it's like weird element in here. I think so devastated, forgetting his pain for a moment, too taken with the woman's suntanned beauty. I
think Honey Figs is upset about the lack of penis ease that you said would be in this story.
I feel like you grossly misrepresented the amount of penis eye we would be experiencing. I mean, he could whip it out. You know, we're kind of making this up as we go.
We could, yeah.
We could. He said, I hear there are one-eyed trouser snakes roaming this beach. He's going to drop that line on her. I think so, Devin stuttered, forgetting his pain for a moment, too taken with the woman's suntanned beauty. He hobbled to his feet, leaning on the cooler of space bar drinks he had beside him. I hate this computer. That's why I do voice to text, because my computer is shot. He hobbled to his feet, leaning on the cooler of drinks he had beside him. There, I didn't do anything. Whatever.
That's perfect. Why the hell are
I didn't. I failed. I thought I was going to throw us a curveball.
I need to compose myself.
I need to compose myself, he thought.
This could be
my ticket to true love.
Need to fix that. I need to add a beach element.
I would use island as an adjective before love.
Ticket to
like
true
that?
Island love. To true island love?
True. Like when people go on a vacation, they're on the island, they might
I'm with you.
Fling.
I'm with you.
It's more of a fling. My ticket to true island love. I'm
gonna throw a curveball after you write your sentence. I've got a fun idea.
You're gonna throw a curveball after my curveball? It's like, I don't know. I feel like making these in italics because he's thinking it.
Yes, do it.
So this could be my ticket to true island love. I got something weird. I don't know why. This is a George Carlin joke that I'm about to do. So
I love Carlin, so go for it.
he reached. No. Hi. No. My name is Devin, he said as he reached out his hand with a, I don't know, what is seashell bracelet around his wrist. And she accepted his handshake with her deformed claw of a hand. Well, George Carlin had a little bit in stand-up. He just randomly says, "You ever go to shake some guy's hand and you realize he doesn't have a whole hand?"
God,
So
he's
yeah, I
been
gave
dead
our
for,
beautiful.
20 years now,
He's
right?
no, I think it's
Almost.
more like
Maybe
10,
maybe
15.
2010. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you're probably right. I think it's maybe 10 or
I think it's
15.
15. George Carlin. Yeah. So our beautiful chick in a bikini has a deformed hand.
A deformed hand.
2008.
Oh,
Close to the.
we're getting
Well,
close.
kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, close to 20 years. What is that? 16.
Yeah, that's a long time.
He says he reached out his hand with a seashell bracelet on his wrist, and she accepted his handshake with a deformed claw of a hand. You know, I'm gonna take out of a hand. I'm just gonna write deformed claw. So that could be anything.
Yeah, could be anything.
It could be anything. She could be Davy Jones from the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Smiling with a blackened front tooth that took it. That's gonna be the whole story. I'm just giving this woman flaws over and over.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Jean
With a smiling
gaze.
blackened front tooth that took Kevin's gaze away.
From the palm trees.
Yeah, from the surrounding palm trees. I like that.
All right.
Kind of like this is turning into, she looks really pretty, and then all of a sudden there's all these things wrong with her.
What is what am I? I'm thinking of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. You know, when Bob Hoskins he's looking for Jessica Rabbit, and then he finds that he's somebody that's attractive that could be her. Yeah, and it's like an ugly tune, and she starts chasing after. That's where I'm gonna go with it. I'm Georgina. She replied, smiling with a blackened front tooth that took Devin's gaze away from the surrounding trenches.
Frank, can you read it for me, complete with acted voice lines?
So who said that? Who said that? Let's see, I gotta save my slow computer. Do the acted voice line. No, I will not. I'm just gonna leave it up there, just as a reminder for how stupid of a suggestion that was.
It would be
gross
pretty
out.
if you had a lot of money. If you hired voice actors to do these, would be really funny. Although it'd be a complete waste of money. But you'd have to have a lot of money to burn.
I just bring on guests to do it. Just that's what writing it. Girl, actually, after this, I'm going to tell you. My wife and I came up with a podcast idea we want to do, and I'll tell you. She's like, I'm like, are we really going to do this? And she's like, yeah, let's really do it. I'm like, I don't think we are, but it seems cool in the moment to come up with the idea. But I'll tell you what. After I come up with the sentence, I'll tell you what it is. Grossed out, Devin turned to take off back to the resort while saying, no, while shouting behind him, it was nice meeting you. So he was like, he went from true love to ghosting her in 4 lines. So what we wanted to do was take events that are like happening now and see hypothetically what would happen if they actually happened 100 years ago. Does that make sense?
Oh. Huh.
Like hypothetically, the election of Barack Obama, a black man getting elected president in 2016, right? No, 2012. Was it 12? 12 was his first year. No, was it before that? 2008. Yeah. So, what would it be like for a black man to get elected president in 1908? It's kind of a wild thing to think about, right? And you could do that for anything. You could do that for anything.
Unfortunately, I think it would be not taken very well.
No, probably not.
I mean, bad as it was taken in 2008. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's an interesting idea, though.
Yeah. So for instance, another good one was, just to keep it up with current events. Did you see the Yankee game last night? Or have you seen the news about the fan that tried to rip the ball?
No, I didn't.
So there was a foul ball.
Won, so it's like 3-1.
So there was a foul ball, and the Dodgers player caught it, but his glove was like in the stands as he caught it, and the fan grabbed his arm and tried to rip the ball from his glove. Oh, like it's caught on live camera. Like it's clearly what he's fighting with him for the ball. It's like, it's insane. But it was like, well, what if that, instead of that happening in 2024, what if that happened in 1924? It's just, I mean, there would be no cameras, so you would just see about it on radio.
Yeah, and hear about it, I guess, like in the newspapers the next day, right?
And no, it would be like fake news. Nobody would believe it because it's so ridiculous. So anyway, that was like the idea. So where are we?
I said water again, but I don't know if we can.
You did salt water. You did
okay.
Salt water.
Okay.
Sick, he murmured to himself, salt water stinging his eyes as he considered reasonably if perhaps he should still hook up with the deformed beach bunny. He immediately changed his mind when he glanced. Stop, stupid computer. Glanced over his shoulder and saw her running after him. Her chest bouncing like a Baywatch lifeguard. Oh, this could be the same paragraph.
Oh.
So I told you she was gonna chase after him.
Who says comic book writers are hunks? Space Chimp.
The only reason I know people are commenting is because I hear you reading them out loud.
I'm like, God, these fucking guys that we invite. We should have just done this privately. These fucking guys are gonna screw us up. Who says comic book writers aren't hunks? Why do you think we are comic book writers, for God's sakes?
I'm actually thinking of making this show exclusive to OnlyFans.
You could make some money off of it, or you could do a Substack.
I'll start doing it topless.
Yeah, If you interviewed people topless, that'd be funny. If you're like anybody, you're like man, woman, you have to take your shirt off if you do my interview.
Topless interviews. That would be the name of the show. I'll wear my wife's bra.
We're just bouncing like a Baywatch lifeguard.
I figured it out eventually. It just took me a minute. Okay. Elon Musk buying Twitter in 1929. It's pretty funny. But you know what? What would be? I mean, no, there's no Twitter. I was kind of thinking like he would buy a newspaper.
Oh yeah.
But that's not. No, billionaires have always been buying newspapers. It's not that interesting. Or gangly. We don't use the word gangly enough.
No.
Her gangly smile creeping him out. So he regretted his momentary lapse in judgment to cheat on his disabled wife, age 92.
Oh shit! I need a beach. Her gangly smile. Okay. Resembling sea urchins, or maybe urchins.
All right.
I can spell it.
I mean, what are you trying to say here? Her gangly smile would be comma, right? Resembling sea urchins.
Yes.
Is it creeping or creeped? Creeped. Okay. Her gangly smile creeped him out.
Or is it creeping him?
So that is momentary, right? Or not?
I think it's creeping, right? Creeping him out so that he regretted. Creeping him out. Oh, so maybe so fully that he regretted his momentary lapse in judgment. It's worded kind of weird. It needs like a little edit somewhere.
It is worded weird. So what are you trying to say? He wants to cheat on her, or he doesn't?
He doesn't anymore, and he
regretted his. Okay. He regrets thinking about it.
Yes, he regrets thinking about cheating on his disabled wife.
He smiled, resembling a sea urchins, creeped him out so fully so that he regretted his momentary lapse in judgment to almost cheat on. Right? That's what I'm trying to say.
Yep, exactly. This is it. The C, adding the C creates some interesting problems for the story.
It's supposed to be a challenge. That's what makes it fun.
It is.
Let's see here.
Elon Musk buying
7. Come back to my room with me, she shouted, while gaining on him, her flip-flops flying off her feet mid. Oh, I need.
We need you to become a big success so you can buy a new computer, man. This is getting ridiculous.
I get all the hand-me-downs. I was telling you, I was saying in the Discord today, making comics are expensive. I can't afford. My kids eat mac and cheese every day because that's all I can afford. I did make a mac and cheese tonight, though. Last night was good. Last night was fish and veggies.
Devin, come back to my room. She shot gaining on her flip-flops flying in the street. Oops, shit. There we go.
He's winding up with her at the end of this story. You know that, right? There's no way they're not. There's no way they're not hooking up.
He has to.
He's got it. We can't. What's up? Yeah, go for it. You're not supposed to dribble a basketball with your feet. Okay. We're writing a story. About what? It's about a guy on a beach being chased by a woman who is half beautiful and half deformed. Deformed? It's a nice way of saying she's hideous.
What?
What? No, there's nothing here, Lily. There's no. Oh. Damn, my club foot, he shouted, slipping on a
I thought it'd
small
be
turtle.
kind of funny to
Cracking.
have somebody who also is deformed rejecting somebody deformed. But everybody has standards.
Yeah. You gotta shoot high, you know?
That's right.
She's obviously a 4 and he's a 5 and he thinks he could do a 7. Why is that not plugged in? Because my battery is charging and I don't have 2 slots in my computer like mommy does, and she took the computer because she's mean. Damn, my club foot, he shouted, slipping on a small turtle, cracking shell in the process. He tumbled and rolled down the beach. How can he hear me? Because there's a microphone built into the computer. It's just not as good as that one. He tumbled and rolled down the beach, allowing. Did we ever give her a name?
Yeah, Georgina.
Georgina. Yeah.
She seems like a Georgina.
Allowing Georgina an opportunity to pounce on top of him. You trying to put that back in my ear?
There.
Like a your dancing has got me distracted. Get out of here. He tumbled and rolled down the beach, allowing Georgina the opportunity to pounce on top of him like a cheetah. Tumbled and rolled down the beach, allowing Georgina.
I have a suggestion, like a cheetah in heat.
Sure.
How's that?
Because we love redundancies, like a horny cheetah in heat.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So
Nobody
I
said
was.
Perfect story.
I remember in Spanish class we were talking about women being hot, and my friend kept calling them caliente, and the teacher just starts laughing, and she's like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Well, technically, then you just said that she's in heat." So he tumbled and rolled down the beach, allowing Georgina her beach blonde hair flying all about. The opportunity to pounce on top of him like a horny cheetah in heat.
I think it's
What
time.
if I just went like horny heat, and then I would add on to it the Michael Mann movie, not sexual. No, I'm just kidding. I love that movie. I haven't seen it in a long time.
Heat? Yeah. Heat's a great movie. I think the narrative is really brilliant. The way he put it all together.
I love it because he takes a central theme, which is crime doesn't pay, right? And and he has an ensemble cast of characters, and that theme rings true for every single character. It's like that's kind of rare that you have that wide assortment of characters that are unified so well by one theme.
Yeah.
But I don't like every Michael film, so.
Same.
I like this. You're an NSFW guy, so we had to get a little sexual tension in our story, right?
A little bit, yeah. I dabble. I like to dabble in everything. I've written stuff for kids. I've written NSFW stuff. I like all
stuff for kids. That's when you run into trouble when you start merging the two.
Yeah, you can't do that.
I specialize in not safe for work children's stories.
Yeah, yeah, that would be.
It's it's NSFK, not safe for kindergarten.
I think you would struggle to get work. Yeah, I kind of
Oh,
wondered if
you don't do it for the money. You do it for the love of the game. You know.
it's true. I kind of wondered if I would struggle to get work by going outside of my comfort zone because I really started writing a webtoon, Intergalactic Academy. I don't know if you've checked any of that out.
No, I have not. I know
Yeah,
you
so
do Interstellar Dust, and you did Tiny Islands, and you make old man porn.
um, yeah, and that was a all ages comic for kids, and I started off that way, and I was like, God, well, and Interstellar Dust, which is a little bit more adult, but not completely. It's like R, like not X or anything like that, like maybe even PG-13. But then I was like, can I even go beyond that after now doing kid stuff? Am I going to struggle to find like work? Are like some of the companies that I've worked for going to be like, no? And I've kind of realized that nobody really gives a shit. Like you can kind of do what you want to do.
Yeah, yeah. I think the most ultimate thing is you don't want to. We were talking about this earlier. Don't be a dick. No, that's kind of the main thing. Just don't be a dick about it. Like, don't. As long as you have a good attitude and you're nice to people, I think you could find work if you make the right connections.
Yeah, exactly.
My name is Chris.
We have to add in a new character.
Two on point. Two meta.
Yelling out from down the
Stay with
shoreline.
sail streak and voice called out from down the shoreline. My name is Chris.
Right.
I love how he has to introduce his name. Like that's the first thing he does.
And I experience.
I'm here to tell you how you could save money on your car insurance by switching to Geico. With deformed people. Oh, you did not just do that for me. You did not just do that to me. All right.
I set you up good. Now, what are his experiences?
You don't want to know. All right. Georgina. This just took a weird turn. Georgina and no, we're not gonna. This is not gonna be us. Stood. I'm thinking of a beach thing. No. Stood from the ground. We did sun something, right?
Did we or did I take that? Yeah, sun-kissed skin, I think we said.
Raised, Georgina and Devin, raised from the ground, standing tall under the clear blue. Did you do clear blue sky? Did we talk about the sky?
Blue waters? I don't think we did sky.
We did ocean. I thought you did blue water.
Blue water and ocean.
All right. Georgina and Devin raised from the ground, standing tall under the clear blue sky as Chris. He will only be referred to as Christopher Albright, first and last name only.
Yeah, he has to because that's how he referred to himself.
Standing tall under the clear blue sky as Christopher Albright went on. Team of deformed individuals called the Demon, and you two would be perfect. I don't know why I did that. It was like a nice romantic story without any weirdness to it, and you had to set me up with it.
I know. I didn't know where I was gonna go with it, and now we have to do something else with this. Chris,
now we have this stupidity.
Yeah, I don't know why Chris would say these.
Now we have to.
Oh, let's see here.
It's-
Search. Um,
Do as I say, not as I do. What is that referring to? Are you watching Agatha?
no, I'm gonna binge it when it's all done. Isn't the last episode just pop?
The last 2 episodes came out tonight at 9. And I would watch them. However, tomorrow is Halloween. So I was going to watch them both tomorrow night, but I can't wait. So I'm going to watch one tonight and one tomorrow night after trick-or-treating with my kids. My son is actually Moon Knight, which is weird. I don't think many kids choose to be Moon Knight.
No, that is interesting. I like Moon Knight.
Like, Moon Knight's great, but it's like he's 7. You know, he's like, I'm going to be Batman, but with mental problems. You know, it's like
that's interesting. I don't think. Yeah, if I was a kid, I would have chose Batman or Superman probably.
He chose Moon Knight. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, maybe Spider-Man or Iron Man. Yeah,
I want to kick ass and have schizophrenia. You know. Ooh. Hello, Sean. I'm trying to understand what your emoji's about. It seems like you're waving and yelling at the same time. Are we on a new page? Is that why I can't see you typing?
Oh yeah, we're on a new page.
Just back, catching the irony of Christopher Upright having no arms. Oh my god. Well, because he's Professor X. Professor X is psychic. As the wind caught his hair.
Actually, I kind of like that as the wind, because I was trying to think what's on the beach as the wind caught.
Oh,
luscious.
This is similar to Caden's episode. I did beach. His was a beach episode, and I did beach because when this was before I read Loogie. He had sent it to me to look over when it was still in its raw pages. But just looking at the cover, she has on a snorkel, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, oh, snorkel must be kind of a beachy story, and it has nothing to do with beach.
None at all. Yeah, God. What a hit for the first comic. It's incredible.
He put in the work beforehand. Yeah. And that's what people don't realize is that Kickstarter is not a magic bullet, you know? You need to bring people there. And he had an awesome character with a tremendous rack, and people liked it.
Yeah, he's got a good marketing machine. He's really got a brain for promotion and marketing, and it's a great, fun concept. I can't tell you how many different like drawings I've seen from different artists, like doing Loogie now, and I think I got one for Tiny Island. I was like, yes, this is so cool.
Well, you know what? I stick to stories that people really want fan art from, like Alcoholic Monsters. You know, that's what people really want to see.
That's what people want. Yeah, exactly.
I write stories about comic writers with imposter syndrome and anxiety. So that's where the fan art really starts piling it. Hey, who are you calling to form demonstrating back catching the irony of Chris Albright having no arms? How much time we got left? All right, let's do 3 for 3. And what that basically is we each have 3 sentences left. We're going to keep doing the same stuff, but now we know there are 6 sentences total to wrap it up. Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, who are you calling to form Devin Screenback catching the irony of Christopher Albright having no arms as the wind caught his luscious hair in a cool breeze? No, that was not where the where it's supposed to be. I don't know where I'm going to take this. Who are you calling to form David Screenback catching the irony? using her claw to scare away a
Seagull.
floating seagull. I'm just getting my beach element out of the way.
Perfect.
Virginia replied, "Hey, as long as you have a dental plan, then I'm in." Hey, as long as you have a dental plan, then I'm in. This is something that bugged me about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Did you see it?
I did. Yeah. It's been a while now.
Yeah, I want to rewatch it before I watch the next Captain America. But when Sam goes to the bank and he tries to get a loan or something, and they give him a hard time, I'm like, dude, he's an Avenger. Just give him the friggin' loan. You know, he's like, well, the Avengers like don't pull a salary. I thought that was weird.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm bringing it up is because this Earth made me think of like, do the X-Men have dental insurance?
I bet the Avengers do. I would think the X-Men probably would through the school. I bet if they have the school going on. If they don't, I bet the coverage would lapse. Because I don't know.
These are the intricacies that I want to know about. This is what I want to know about comic book universes. Like, if Mr. Freeze goes to Arkham, like, does his insurance cover that? You know?
No, it's taxpayer dollars. It's like, you know, he's a criminal. Like you and I are paying for, you know, any loony to be locked up. I bet it's taxpayer dollars. Yeah. This reminds me.
No wonder they're underfunded.
I remember in the early. Do you remember in the early 2000s?
X-Men are teachers,
Mark Waid
so they're
was
very,
doing
very
Fantastic Four. Yes. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, Arkham's a government facility. Exactly, Sean. That's right. Do you remember the Mark Waid run? And then also there was the Segura, or is that how you pronounce the? There was also the Fantastic Four that. Oh God, I can't remember his name. I think it's Segura. It's the guy that works at Archie now, and he does all the Archie stuff. He did the Archie horror line.
Okay.
I can't remember his name, but basically he and Mark kind of had similar concepts in their Fantastic Four arcs, which makes sense a little bit, although I think 4 was out of continuity. And this other guy said that the Fantastic Four went broke, but they had no way of making any income. So they were working like these rudimentary jobs. So the Thing was out like doing sign waving for like the laborers and everything. But Mark Waid was like, he did the exact opposite, which made way more sense because I was like, Mr. Fantastic is like the smartest guy in the whole fucking Marvel universe. And he just has him like inventing stuff night and day to get new patents so they can keep their building. And I was like, this is the way easier answer to the problem. Like, it's the way better solution. And it kind of like threw the other Fantastic Four book like out the window. I was like, yes, that's kind of stupid. The Thing would never get a job, you know, in like, you know, being a laborer or anything like that.
That's the weird thing about Peter Parker is that he is so smart, but yet he's still such a screw up that he routinely gets broke all the time.
Yeah. I mean, and that's believable, right? Because we probably all know smart people that are just not good, like with life skills, right? Like they can't get their shit together. Some of the smartest people I knew in high school were just burnouts and like they never did anything. And I was so annoyed because my buddies, I was always like, you're so fucking smart and yet you won't do anything to like excel in life. And that's like Peter, I feel like.
Yeah. And the only time he ever got any real success was when Doc Ock took over his body.
Yeah.
And then when Peter got it back, he ruined his company.
Yes, exactly.
He blew it all up.
Peter is smart with science, but dumb with money. That's right, Sean. Yes.
Sean, so I want to say, I'm leaving this comment up because I'm wondering, like, have they ever done a storyline where Arkham went private? They must have done that at some point. That seems like an easy picking.
I don't know that they have. You got to do it. Pitch it. There you go.
All right, let's get this show on the road because we're going to pass an hour.
let's finish the. Is this? Oh, it's me. Shit, here I am talking, using her claw.
We start talking about X-Men health insurance, and we just go on a
Yeah,
tangent.
using her claw scare away the foot and said, "You replied, hey, as long as they have dental plan, then I'm in."
I feel like comic book writers always love those storylines where they're like, let's take something that's publicly funded and make it private, because that's like a liberal villain, like built in right there when things go private, privately owned. So I feel like a lot of comic writers would do that. Like in Gotham, they're like, we need to make the Gotham privately owned. It's like, no, that's a terrible idea. But they love doing that because they make good villains. That's like the whole RoboCop trope.
Yeah.
Devin nodded an agreement, reasoning that this might be his opportunity to abandon his haggard wife and their 12 adopted kids. In a split second, you made Devin a douchebag.
Devin nodded an agreement. I needed beach element. Devin nodded an agreement. What's there about the beach?
Devin nodded an agreement, reasoning that this might be his opportunity to abandon his haggard wife, 12 kids. I would put at the end of that, and their 12 adopted kids, so that he didn't have to take them on nice vacations. Like vacation could be,
oh,
you know
so
what I mean? So he didn't have to bring them along.
Yeah, he would never have to bring them to.
He could keep vacationing without them, or something like that.
Yeah, so you'd never have to bring them to. Bring them on a nice beach vacation. Could we say beach again in this context?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. The vacation is the element, so.
Perfect.
Devin on agreement, reasoning that this might be his opportunity to abandon his haggard wife and their 12 adopted kids, so that he would never have to bring them on a nice beach vacation. Well, what will we actually have to do? Devin asked. Now lifting his foot to avoid a passing crab. All right. So I have one sentence left. You have two.
It's a beach.
It's a beach ball team. He's got no arms.
Yeah, he just manages it.
I'm just the coach. He just manages. I used to be a master beach baller until I
shark attack.
Beach. I mean, what's beach ball? Is
What's
beach
that?
ball a thing? I mean, when I think of beach ball, I'm thinking volleyball, right?
It's a.
What is beach?
Actually,
ball?
yeah, I was
Right?
thinking just like a made up sport, like beach ball, just like hitting it around.
You're thinking of volleyball?
Yeah, we could just do volleyball too, because that's on the beach. Yeah, either way, I could change it. It's a.
Doesn't matter.
It's a volleyball
made up
team.
sport, but it's all made up.
Hitting.
Chris shot it back.
David.
No. Oh, it doesn't matter. It's a volleyball team. Chris Rob shot it by spit. Spewing.
Oh, you're lagging a little bit again.
Some sort of volleyball team. It's volleyball team. We'll put beach volleyball. It's a beach volleyball team. Chris Robite shot it back, spit spewing from his mouth. Oh, well, we're almost done. So deal with it. Can you hear me?
I can. Yeah, you got a little laggy.
You're not responding, so I guess that's a no.
Can you hear me?
Oh, screw it. I can't tell if you hear me, but I'm just going to keep writing.
I can hear you. Can you not hear me?
Said, and wiped the spit from his face for grabbing.
Wipe the spit. Planting a big kiss.
That was a lot of lag because I said that about a minute ago.
Yeah.
I can hear you. It's just, hey, I just don't know. We'll keep going.
Oh, weird.
We'll finish this.
Yeah.
The story is
right.
what matters, not the video. So great. My computer's lagging. Playing a big kiss on her.
Her gross mouth.
Spinning her around. Gross mouth. His face before grabbing Georgina. Spinning her around with his beer breath. I guess beer is my beach element there because you drink beer at the beach.
Perfect.
All right, Moss.
All right.
Devin, you are the main character, but you should read the story first because it doesn't really paint you in a flattering light. Ugh. Should I assume that you finished writing by the time you're going to hear this so I could just say, all right, we're all done. Now tell us one more time where the people can find you on social media? Because with the lag, it'll be 30 seconds before you hear this. Let's see. True love makes me so happy, Christopher Albright bellowed, a small trout popping out of his.
There we go.
Oh, God. This guy, like, I told you they were going to hook up. And then we're going to. Oh, my, being so much. The end. You're laughing, but I don't know what you're laughing at because I can't tell at what point can you hear me.
Yeah,
It's like living the future. I'm hearing things CJ won't hear for 30 seconds. I'm trying to. You know what? Let's try this. Let's see if I could do this. StreamYard. You gotta talk so that you don't.
Feature. You want me to? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
No.
Mm.
Oh, okay. There we go. There we go. I think things have caught up now. Maybe.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. Are we good?
I think we're good. I think things might have caught up.
Yeah, maybe. So we're all done, right?
Yeah. Good story.
All right. Good story. It got very goofy there for a second, but happy ending. Devin leaves his wife. Chris has a fish pop out of his pants. It's all good. At the end of every story, I like to guess how many words we wrote. So what do you think?
Ooh. Oh God. 500? Maybe 500? Yeah.
That's a good guess. I'll go with 600. It's going to be in that neighborhood. Maybe a little longer. Yeah, I think it's going to be closer to 6, but we'll see. No, tools. I always know where this is. I thought it was tools. Yeah, word count. There we go.
Look at that. Really close.
Yeah. Kind of close. So CJ, thank you for coming on with me. I know we're lagging. We're living in 2 different time periods. Feels like a bad romance novel, like The Time Traveler's Wife. But tell us where we can find you on the interwebs.
Yeah,
I'll just wait about 30 seconds for your answer.
I'm on Twitter at siegethehudson.com. That's primarily where I'm at. And you can always find my wares on warneveryoneentertainment.com. And yeah, I'm on Instagram too, but primarily I would just find me on Twitter. That's where I'm always talking about my stuff and commenting on other people's comics.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming on. Eventually, I'm going to figure out how to think this is not even working. Why are you not working, computer? Why are you not working? I'm going to do my fancy outro. Oh, now it's saying the page isn't responsive. Let's see.
They just abandoned me? I don't know if he's coming back or not, boys. I guess I'm taking it over. How many people are on here? We got Sean. We got Devin. Is Chris still in here? We wrote a story about Chris.
Is that any better?
That's better. Can you hear me?
Yeah, see, my wife has the Porsche of computers, and I'm driving a Ford POS. Anyway, it's right at the end. We're done now. There's nothing to do but play the outro and just leave.
Yeah, it was a good story. Thanks for having me on. That was fun. Yeah, I didn't know what to expect. It was a good time.
It's all good. There's no stakes, so it's just having a good time. But thanks for coming on. I will post this online tomorrow, and have a good night.
Yeah, you too, man. See you on the Discord later.